Now, retired Major General Niraj Bali, Sena Medal, is an Indian Army veteran and director of the Gyan Chakra think tank. General Bali, thank you for joining us. Pakistan continues to attack India. The Indian Armed Forces is responding. The use of drones, missiles and shelling by Pakistan has also been reported. What spectre has this conflict taken?
So what we have seen is, at one level, more of the same, which is Pakistan keeps escalating, keeps ramping up every single day since we retaliated to what the Pakistani terrorists had done in Pahalgam. So their playbook is to keep on, rather than taking a ramp off, rather than trying to de-escalate. They continue to take actions every single day, which are in one, like I said, in one level more of the same, but on the other level, they are escalations. They are the kind that can lead to miscalculations, which would be most unfortunate. And of course, the consequences will be of Pakistan. So if you look at it today and what has happened since in the last 24 hours in this fast evolving situation, any rational country would have grasped or embraced the tone and tenor of what we've been saying, which is restrained, which is measured, which is trying not to escalate and simply retaliating to what the Pakistanis do. Even yesterday's press conference by the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri was extremely restrained. There was no chest thumping. It's never been from day one. There have been no threats issued. So I think there's a good opportunity there was for a rational country to take that as a cue and not to carry out any further actions. Unfortunately, last night, they came back and did stuff in Jammu and many other regions, in fact, 26 places. I just want to highlight a couple of things. You mentioned Rajouri a little while ago in your description. Now, as a child, I have stayed in Rajouri, and I can tell you that town is well inside the line of control. It is nowhere near the line of control. The fact that they were able to, or they have targeted the town, and they have killed the additional district development commissioner of Rajouri, Rajkumar Thapa, very unfortunate, tells you that they are actually targeting indiscriminately, they're targeting civilian population, which is again what they've done in Jammu. Now, those of us who've gone to Jammu airport, and I've gone there multiple times, it's in the middle of a residential area. In fact, it is so close to the houses that sometimes we used to joke that as we're landing in Jammu, we hope we don't land into somebody's house. It is that close. And which is the airfield they're picking? They're picking Jammu, time and time again. So these are not the steps of people who want to de-escalate the situation. They want to escalate it at every step. Now today, as you again noted in your report,
General
the Pakistani Prime Minister has called for a meeting of the National Front.
General Bali, I was actually coming to that because the Pakistan Prime Minister has summoned a meeting of the National Command Authority. The last time an NCA meeting was called was in 2019. Now this seems like an escalation, or what could Pakistan be planning?
This is just messaging and telegraphing, which is very unfortunate telegraphing. It's a bit like if we were to start talking about nukes, you wouldn't have heard a single statement coming out of any Indian functionary about our nuclear capabilities. And today, this meeting of National Command Authority, which has been called by the Pakistani Prime Minister, I think at one level is messaging, one level is kind of a implied threat, which of course we will note, which is unfortunate because this is absolutely the worst time in the middle of escalation to provide yet another opportunity for miscalculation. So that is what is happening.
General Bali, let's talk about these threats, because critics argue that Pakistan is raking up the nuclear threat or arsenal to get the attention of the international community to a semblance of peace. Is that the case? And what could happen if Pakistan really does make true its threat?
I shudder to think the consequences for Pakistan for that. And I don't think we will go there. As a responsible veteran, I will not even talk about what we might do or what we might not do. That's not who we are as Indians. But you are absolutely right. This is another ploy to get the attention of the world community. You spoke a little while ago about the the call between Secretary Marco Rubio and the Pakistani chief. First of all, it should tell you where the power center in Pakistan lies. In the middle of a national crisis, Secretary Rubio, seeing that the matters are getting out of hand, has chosen to speak to the army chief and not to the Prime Minister. Having said that, if you have a look at the readout issued by the US Department of State for this conversation, in this particular case, he has simply said the US is willing to offer assistance for starting any constructive talks, which is a departure from what he said when he spoke to the Pakistani Prime Minister yesterday. That readout said that they want to encourage direct talks between Pakistan and India. They didn't talk about assisting it. And there was a significant sentence there. If you read, it says he called upon Pakistan to take concrete steps, and I'm quoting this, to end any support for terrorist groups. So I think even the world community, belatedly, at least part of it, is waking up to the idea that there is a degree of irrationality in this nation, which keeps talking about nukes, even during the Kargil war, even previously. And hopefully, this is simply some sort of a misguided kind of messaging, and it doesn't lead to anything real. I hope so. And beyond that, I really don't want to say what the response might be, but obviously there would be consequences.
Consequences indeed. Mr. Bali, let me ask you this. There have been reports that some of the missiles used by Pakistan are from Turkey, and the spotlight is now on Turkey and the role that it is playing in this conflict. Probably you can quickly tell us about the ramifications of countries arming Pakistan.
This is coming from Turkey. It is inexplicable and very disappointing and very discouraging, because we've had excellent relationship with Turkey. If you go back to 2023, when Turkey had a major disaster, one of the first countries to reach out through Operation Dosti was India. However, this war has clearly shown who the friends are and who are not. And I'm afraid Turkey has cast itself on the side of people who are not friendly. Many other countries have shown complete restraint. I would say even China. If you look at how Chinese media has dealt with this whole issue, talked about what is going on between India and Pakistan, they are actually just reporting what India and Pakistan say. There has been no other visible support given. But what Turkey has done and continues to do, and has gone on to offer even further support, is, I'm afraid, not really what friends do. And I have a feeling that a very large number of my countrymen are going to remember this for a long, long time, of what Turkey has done at this stage.
Former Major General Niraj Bali, Sen Medal, is an Indian Army veteran and also director of the Gyan Chakra think tank. General Bali, thank you for talking to us today.